Imagine if a simple sniff could reveal something that even the most advanced tests can't detect right away. What if your dog knew, before you did, that something was wrong with your health? It might sound like something out of a movie, but science has already proven that dogs have an incredibly powerful sense of smell, up to 100,000 times more sensitive than that of humans. But can they really identify diseases just by scent? In this video, we'll explore how dogs manage this extraordinary feat, which diseases they can detect, and whether any dog has this ability or only those trained for it. You'll be amazed at what science has already discovered, and who knows? You might start looking at your dog in a completely different way. Could your four-legged friend be a real disease detector? Let's find out together. The superpower of a dog's sense of smell. Have you ever stopped to think about how completely different a dog's world is from ours? While we primarily rely on vision to interpret our surroundings, dogs live in a universe of scents. Their nose isn't just a tool for sniffing out food or finding a hidden toy. It's a true detection machine, capable of picking up odors on a scale we can't even begin to imagine. To put things into perspective, dogs have around 300 million olfactory receptors, while humans have only 5 to 6 million. On top of that, the part of the brain responsible for processing smells in dogs is about 40 times larger than ours. This means that while we might simply smell a barbecue, a dog can distinguish each individual ingredient separately, from the raw meat to the seasoning. But the most impressive part is their sensitivity to odors in minuscule concentrations. To compare, if we were to dilute a single drop of perfume in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a dog would still be able to detect it. This makes them excellent at finding things that would be completely imperceptible to us, like diseases hidden inside the human body. And that's exactly what scientists have been studying. How do dogs detect diseases? If you've ever noticed your dog sniffing you insistently at certain times, they might be picking up on something you haven't noticed. But how does this work? The human body is constantly releasing chemical compounds through sweat, breath, and even urine. When something changes in our health, these compounds change too, sometimes even before we show visible symptoms. Dogs, with their incredibly sensitive sense of smell, can pick up on these changes and sense that something is different. Studies have shown that certain diseases cause changes in body odor. In some cases, trained dogs have been able to distinguish a healthy person from a sick one just by smelling their breath or skin. This happens because diseases release volatile organic compounds that dogs can detect even in the tiniest concentrations. Additionally, many dogs develop such a strong bond with their owners that they begin to instinctively react to these changes. But can any dog do this? And what diseases have they already been proven to detect? Diseases that dogs have been proven to detect. Studies show that dogs can sniff out various types of cancer, including lung, breast, prostate, and skin cancer. They detect volatile organic compounds released by cancer cells in a patient's breath, sweat, or even urine. In some cases, trained dogs have achieved accuracy rates of over 90%. Diabetic alert dogs are trained to detect dangerous drops or spikes in blood sugar levels. They sense changes in body odor and can warn their owner before a hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic episode occurs. Many diabetics report that their dogs wake them up at night before symptoms even appear. Some dogs can identify chemical signals released by the body before a seizure. They react by becoming restless, barking, or even pushing the person to a safe spot before the episode happens. While scientists are still studying how this works, many owners swear that their dogs save their lives every day. Infectious diseases like malaria and bacterial infections also release distinct odors that dogs can detect. Studies also suggest that dogs can identify neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's before symptoms become evident. During the COVID-19 pandemic, researchers tested dogs to detect the coronavirus, and the results were astounding. In some studies, dogs identified infected individuals with over 90% accuracy, even if they were asymptomatic. These examples prove that dogs are not just our best friends, they are also incredible allies in early disease detection. Do dogs need to be trained for this? Can any dog detect diseases? Or is this ability limited to those that undergo specialized training? The answer is, it depends. Some dogs instinctively notice changes in their owner's scent, while others need training to reliably recognize and alert to diseases. Many dog owners have reported unusual behavior from their pets before receiving a serious diagnosis. For example, a dog might persistently sniff or lick a specific area of the body that later turned out to have a tumor, or become restless before an epileptic seizure or a dangerous drop in blood sugar. This happens because dogs form a strong bond with their owners and can detect even the slightest changes in scent or behavior. On the other hand, some dogs undergo specialized training to detect diseases. The training process starts with scent association, where the dog is exposed to the characteristic odor of a disease and receives a reward for recognizing it. Then, they learn to alert their owner when they detect the scent, either by barking, pawing, or using another trained signal. Finally, they go through testing and refinement to ensure they can identify the disease in different scenarios. These service dogs assist people with diabetes, epilepsy, and even in the early detection of cancer. However, even without formal training, many household dogs already exhibit this incredible ability. In the next section, we'll explore real-life cases and signs that your dog might be trying to warn you about something. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe to the channel to help us bring you amazing content about pets. Incredible real-life cases. Over the years, numerous stories and scientific studies have shown that dogs can detect changes in human health even before a medical diagnosis is made. Many of these stories are so astonishing that they almost seem unbelievable. One of the most well-known cases is that of Maureen Burns, a British woman whose dog, Max, started behaving strangely around her. He became restless, stared at her intensely, and avoided getting close to her chest. Concerned about her dog's behavior, Maureen decided to get checked and discovered she had a tumor in her breast, something Max seemed to have detected long before any doctor did. Another famous case involved a man named Nathan, who had diabetes. His dog began waking him up in the middle of the night, licking his face and barking for no apparent reason. When Nathan checked his blood sugar, he realized it was dangerously low. If his dog hadn't alerted him in time, he could have fallen into a coma. There are also accounts of dogs predicting epileptic seizures minutes before they happen, allowing their owners to prepare and avoid falls or injuries. In many hospitals and research centers, trained dogs have already helped detect diseases like cancer and even COVID-19 in asymptomatic patients using only their sense of smell. These cases show that dogs not only sense when something is wrong, but also try to alert their owners. But how can you tell if your dog is trying to warn you about something important? Could your dog do this? Could your dog do this? If dogs are capable of detecting diseases, could your dog also sense something wrong with your health? The answer might lie in their behavior. Many pet owners report that their dogs start acting differently when something isn't right, even if the person hasn't noticed any symptoms yet. If your dog is persistently sniffing a specific part of your body, it could be a sign that they're picking up an unusual odor. Some dogs lick or repeatedly touch an area that in some cases turned out to be a tumor. Additionally, if your dog is more focused on you than usual, follows you around the house insistently, or seems worried without an apparent reason, it might be sensing some chemical change in your body. Another common behavior is when a dog acts protectively without explanation. Dogs that detect blood sugar drops in diabetics, for example, often become restless and try to alert their owner before a crisis happens. The same can happen with dogs that sense changes before an epileptic seizure, staying close to their owner or trying to get their attention. If your dog exhibits this kind of behavior, it's worth paying attention and, if necessary, getting a medical checkup. After all, your best friend might be trying to give you an important warning. As we've seen throughout this video, dogs possess extraordinary abilities that go far beyond just keeping us company or fetching the ball at the park. As science advances, the idea of using dogs as allies in medicine becomes increasingly plausible. Who knows, in the future, they may become a crucial part of early disease diagnosis, helping doctors and patients detect health issues before they become severe. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any strange behavior in your dog that could indicate they were trying to warn you about something? Leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content about the amazing world of dogs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.